Game number one, ladies, as we go a little bit deeper into the Mythic Championship. 42 esports going up against Completa esports. And as we are on Infernal Shrines, our first map, before we talk about anything else, let's introduce the players real quickly. Thunder Bear on ETC for the blue team. Dale on Malthael. Happy Capped on Sylvanas. The Dude on Alexstrasza. Interesting. You want to tell us something here? Dino on Hanzo. And on the right side, we have Exilom on Myef for Hoplita. We have Januxa on Tyrande. Meiji on Diablo. Bastinazo on Thrall. And Nano on Gul'dan. Yep, we are in the Mythic Championship, which is just underneath Division S. So you probably already watched a game or two out of this, but we're currently looking at mostly or nearly exclusively Division 1 teams here that are playing in this particular setup. So this is just the end of season tournament in Heroes Launch of the top teams in the amateur scene. So just underneath of Division S, what we're seeing here. The farther we go into the tournament, the stronger the teams are, obviously, that we're seeing. But we're already in the late rounds of this entire setup. We're still having a best-of-3 series on our hands here. The grand final, obviously, will be another best-of-5. But for the time being, with the little setup that we're seeing, we're going to have a look at who is going to advance to, I think, the semis, if I'm actually not mistaken here. I'll update you later on that. For now, we're having with Alexstrasza, a hero that we oftentimes seen in the Gold League, in the Chinese tournament that has been played recently, especially on Infernal Shrines. The hero adds a lot of value, obviously, on those fights. Dragon Queen itself is absolutely fantastic when you're trying to secure a Punisher for yourself, especially when you're already around, let's say, 20 stacks. Ooh, aggression against Gul'dan, and he actually goes down. Nice. Thunder Bear and Happy Capped on ETC and Sylvanas. They get the kill. And up to the top, we're now having still Thrall doing his thing with Echo of Elements. So Dale is currently sitting here in the middle. And I mean, especially when we're talking about Malthael, with him going for the on a pale horse, he will try and make the rotations between the mid and the top lane to attend and get the experience for his team. Sylvanas obviously is going to work on those stacks on level 1, but especially when we're looking over to Myef, that's going to be a bit of a question mark in this game. There's a lot of control that we're seeing from Hoplita Esports. They have a really solid setup here if you just look at what we have on their line. Diablo, first of all, on the map is a beast. I mean, he has so many walls where he can stun a target into. Then you have the combo with Tyrande, who can follow up on any stun with another one. We're seeing, in addition to that, Myef for good tethers, and then also Gul'dan from the backline, who should be able to really stack his level 1, get the Echoed Corruption, and then murder opponents on the objective. And in addition to that, get also the wave cleared through against the minions itself. So the lineup for them is definitely fantastic, but you look over to 42 esports and we have a couple of really good combos for them as well. And especially some of the setups around a hero like Alexstrasza can be powerful when you're looking on the objective particular. So Hanzo can obviously also set something up with an arrow here. But let's see how this actually pans out, as objective number 1 is just getting announced now. And we have the first shrine about to be activated in the middle of the map. Thrall nearly done with his level 1, and Echo of Elements should definitely be completed here. And yep, there we go. Very early, so great job from Thrall. 2 minutes and 50 seconds in. Great by him. And that allows them to go after the defense against the top lane, straight into this. And keep in mind, they're actually defending against it, and they have their own Shaman camp now in play too. It's a really good setup for them. The longer this lasts, the better for Hoplita. But at the same time, we're obviously now having also a slight lead for 42 esports. Since they are now in a position where they got early access to that shrine, and they're pushing in right now. But we're already getting fought back. Hoplita equalizes more or less the score, and here comes the Dragon Queen. Yeah, they're trying to secure this. Already Myef in trouble. Vault of the Wardens being used, and that's the kill there regardless. The Dude watching a little bit too much The Big Lebowski, I think. Then again, you can't really watch that movie too often, so I take it back. But yeah, able to get the Dragon Queen value, and therefore they win the first objective. And the camp has also been taken out by the top. So far, everything looking pretty well for the team in blue. And as we all know, they have to answer one big question. How are they going to capitalize now on that setup with a Punisher? But then again, the answer to all questions is 42, so they're in a fantastic position to answer this. Already the value in the middle as they're about to be taken. They are going to take the fort, aren't they? That is sick value for the first one. Honestly, I mean, right now we have not only Myef attacked, but we're having an attack against Sylvanas too, jumped a bit deep, 16 stacks, not really a whole lot for her. But they are in a great spot now. They have taken 2 kills against 0, they have taken the objective, they've just dropped the first fort with the first Punisher. They're in a great spot, and now they're trying to home in on Thrall, who is able to escape and moves out. But still, this is pretty nice. This is a pretty good setup for them. Great start. 42 Esports has a really, really good setup now for the game. I mean, obviously level 10 abilities are going to come through. That changes oftentimes the flow of the game significantly, especially with Horrify then being available. But in the meantime, we're having nice aggression through the top. 42 Esports dropping another tower. We have a slight battle down here between Malthael and Myef. But the rest of the fight happening up at the top, and Thunder Bear in a bit of trouble, as apparently Meiji dropped him over the wall, but the heals are there, ETC doesn't fall, and they still make it through the wall there. Nicely done. So, yep, there we go. Oh, the stun setups. Yeah, that's what we talked about earlier, but Meiji is in trouble as well. Sylvanas, though, yeah, she's not going to get out of this one. Can't run away from that particular spot. So, yep, nicely done. The move straight through the top now as they're dropping the structures, and Hoplita Esports is actually starting to force this back. So yeah, job well done, at least for now. Honestly, 42 Esports had a really cool setup there at the top, but I like the way that Hoplita reacted to it, at least up to this point. They soaked the lanes, were still able to protect their own fort at the top, and then got the counter kill. And it comes at the hands of all of the stuns that they're bringing into the battle here. So, as I said before, if you get good stuns off with a hero like Diablo, maybe even a lockdown through Thrall's Wolf, and then follow it up with Tyrande, you can get solid damage out of it. It's interesting to actually see that we're having the follow-through on level 7 now for Thrall. Now, in theory, it's actually a really cool combo, because the big benefit of it is that once that you have Echo of Elements completed, you get a second stack on your Chain Lightning. And if you are really good on the mechanics and very diligent about working auto attacks in between the Chain Lightnings and the rest of your abilities, you can definitely capitalize on follow-through and get a lot of damage through. But that's more of a theoretical play, and in practice, most of the time, most players are not able to really get enough value out of it. And if you go into Ancestral Wrath, not only does it give you more sustainability, but it also allows you more or less a quick burst of damage against your opponent as well. So you have a little bit of a nuke available there. And a nice attempt by Diablo to get the combo off, but unfortunately messes it up slightly. So the ult has now been used and didn't get any value. But we're definitely going to keep our eye on Thrall and see if he can get the value out of his level 7. Or if Ancestral Wrath would have been the better choice for him. But as it stands, using that ult early didn't really help them. It was a nice, again, it's a good idea if it works out. If you get a proper setup with Diablo and you get the combo through, you can definitely benefit highly from it. But right now, they are forcing, or they are going into a fight without having one of their key heroic abilities in play. As the stun, oh my god, the arrow from Hanzo against Myef immediately after that setup. And that's a kill right there. They're trying to get, obviously, even more damage out now. Horrify, defensively used now as well. Ooh, Hoplita Esports is in trouble. They are not going to win this one. It would actually honestly be pretty rough if they can do anything here now still. I don't think that 42 Esports is going to mess up this much that they're going to lose out on this, especially with Dragon Queen being there. And the one thing that I want to highlight too is if Dragon Queen isn't used for the shrine, you have Dragon Queen available for the push. So that is another great tool in your arsenal if you're trying to get value. Since the wall has been taken down and the fort is already at 50% HP, this is now a situation where we could see an attempt to, I mean, I don't want to say take the keep down, but I think it should at least take some damage here. And they're playing it slow too. Now Thrall has at the bot lane at least taken a camp. That helps them to get some bot lane pressure. And again, I like the macro plays that we're seeing on their end. But now I feel Malthael should actually rotate top. Considering how far ahead they are, I honestly don't know if you really need to defend the bot lane here or if you can just try and push a 5-man top play and play around that. But yeah, they're going for the camp here now as well. Everybody's starting to jump in. Alexstrasza again has the potential plays. This one is easily falling. They're not really committing to it yet. And Malthael still is defending the bottom of the map, which will give them level 13 eventually. So they're gonna get level 13 talents for this push too. And Alexstrasza still has the Dragon Queen, and there's the 13 now. Already the jump in. Sylvanas trying to enhance the push a little bit, disabling the towers already. Malthael is coming in, so is Thrall. And Thrall comes in from the complete wrong angle here. Earthquake gets used. There's the Apocalypse, and that connects at least with 1, 2. Oh my god. That triple kill. Sylvanas and ETC plus Hanzo are all down, and Hoplita Esports absolutely wrecking their opponent. They are 42, just lost 3 heroes, and that was a fantastic defense by Hoplita. That worked perfectly, especially that setup with the Apocalypse just did wonders for them. Gul'dan has 20 stacks on his level 1. He's maybe a little bit low on that, but as long as he completes it, I mean, ideally in time for the level 16 to get dropped, that would be amazing for them. But yeah, this is a really, really nice setup right now for them. Also, Malthael doesn't have a single stack on his last rides yet. 10 minutes into the game. And now they even had an experience. I mean, Hoplita with that triple kill has just set themselves ahead in everything but structures. Everywhere else, they have taken the lead now. Gul'dan hasn't taken his 13 yet. They're starting to go for the camp down at the bottom of the map. The dude with a quick scout there. But since there is a 5-man, there's 0 chance that anybody is tinkering with that. Nope. That camp's going to be taken. And they provide the vision on the fountain. Do it again. And therefore, fountain taken out. A little trick. Just providing vision by dropping some damage over the wall will allow the Khazra camp to attack the fountain directly. That's exclusively a thing in the middle on both sides, so it can be used. Aggression again on the left here. But yep, Ixalan is already sitting in positions. Full 5 versus 5 in the mid lane right now, but with that leading experience, an early level 16 is definitely a possibility for them. So yep, there we go there. Damage output at the same time, 21,000 for Gul'dan. We have 16,000 for Sylvanas. Yeah, again, the attempt to go for a kill against Maiev. Not working out quite there. But Thunderbear definitely the entire time being a threat at the front. And so far, ETC has died once. Having Alexstrasza and Malthael, the only 2 that were able to escape the slaughter early on. And Sylvanas again with the damage here at the bottom. They see Gul'dan in the middle, they have Thrall at the top. They know it's a 4 versus 3 at the bot lane. And they use that to their advantage as they push through the wall and drop that pretty easily. And these are the little moves that really help you later on when you are winning an Immortal, for example, or sorry, a Punisher on this map, to try and push this through. 16 is ready for Hoplita, should be ready in time. I mean, is definitely going to be ready in time for their opponent as well once the next shrine gets announced here. But for now, they might be able to force a fight. They're actually looking for it. Ixalan is just waiting for a tether and doesn't find it. They're starting to make the move down to the bottom of the map right now. And the shrine is about to get activated. 16 is ready on both sides. For Sylvanas, that means the life drain. Trying to get a bit of heal here. And on top of that, Thrall with the Thunderstorm. Dibbles now also with the Domination. And Ruinous Affliction for Gul'dan, who is still sitting at 22 stacks. That's a problem for Nano now. He doesn't really have a whole lot of stacks to work with at this point. So, yep, but the shrine is going to be activated. Camp is pushing through the top lane. That's added value for them. And Hanzo is still defending the bot lane for a little bit long as he now starts to make the rotation over. And yep, this is going to be an important one. If the blue team wins this too, they are going to be in a great position to force maybe even, I don't want to say a victory just yet, but a great advantageous situation for them. Nice stacks though against Sylvanas here. And 9 against 9. You can't trade evenly. If you're Hoplita Esports, you can't trade evenly on the minions, by the way. Because once that 20 are reached, all that 42 Esports has to do is activate the Dragon Queen and play around that. That normally secures you the objective. And that's exactly where they are right now. The dude is going to drop that quite soon, and is going to make sure that they're going to win this one. Yep, there's that already. Arrow has been used. They're trying to make the play here. Already moving in against Diablo on the kill with Malthael last rights. They go for Maiev. That's another kill secured. Dragon Queen still active, and as I mentioned before, that helps you to just get another objective. And they get this easily. So yeah. There comes the Punisher straight through the middle. They get the kill against Diablo, who obviously was at 100 souls, so he's already back to business. And now we're having the move straight through the middle. Trying to move through this right now. trying to make sure that they get not only the wall, but also the first keep here. And it's starting to get a little bit tougher. I mean, it is honestly getting to a point where you need to be careful in this case that you don't lose more heroes, or you might talk game. And yep, with Dibbles already getting attacked, gets attacked here quite quickly, but they're making the play for Malthael right now, and that might just be enough, but they can't get the kill. And that keep is falling, and Maiev isn't back yet, but she's going to be back any second. The problem is that Gul'dan is low. Gul'dan, 31 stacks for him. He's not the only one that's low. Everybody else is losing hit points too, but they're not making the play for their keep yet. Oh, sorry, for the core yet. Honestly, think if they had pushed it out a little bit farther, especially with Malthael still having the last rights up, or shortly after that, they might have been able to get another kill. But damn. Now with that, again, they're looking good in this first game. The answer to all questions. 42. And Exelom now pushing out the bottom of the map. The goal has to be to hit level 20 with your opponent at the same time. There's obviously a passive experience lead that we're seeing for 42 esports because of all the structures that they've been able to take down. It's a massive one at that. The problem is that the minion experience is safely in the hand of Hoplita. If it wasn't for that, they would be far behind. But since we're currently looking at a 5,000 difference here, the 3,000 that we're seeing on the minion experience make a huge difference. And then you look over to the experience in Mercenaries, and there's another big advantage for Hoplita esports. So yeah, it's a really, really solid setup for when it comes to experience for Hoplita around minions. And that's really what keeps them in game. Because normally you would look at this and you're saying like, wait a second, they have not taken a single structure down yet, but they are still even in talents? How the hell is that happening? So yeah, it's pretty much just through all the laning speed that we've seen and the diligence with which Hoplita has taken the lanes whenever they could. So camps are now taken all over the place. Exelom is sitting at the bottom and going for the Khazra camp here. But Malthael, as they invaded the top, is helping to push out the lane and is forcing a reaction from their opponent. It still should be 20 versus 20. But that's still an important fight. And I mean, again, Alexstrasza is going to give you the upper hand when it comes to a lot of these plays. And they're already looking to try and take down the fort at the bot lane. And if they manage to do that, they already broke the fountain. But if they manage to take the bot lane fort now too, if they win the next objective, which spawns bot side, it would mean another big attack against the keep and then potentially core as well. Fountain wasn't actually not down yet. My apologies. I actually thought they got that earlier, but they didn't. So yeah, half HP eliminated again on this bad boy. And as long as Gul'dan doesn't have his own quest completed, that's a huge problem for them in terms of damage too. Ruinous Affliction is fantastic. If you are able to get a great Ruinous Affliction around the objective time, then you usually get tons and tons of damage. But right now, that is just not the case. So yeah, that is making things difficult. And they go for the camp again. There's the level 20 abilities as they're coming in. The Storm Talons are ready. And with that, we have no one can stop death immediately on Ruby Wings. They're already prepping for the next objective there. And we all, of course, know what that means. More pressure against the keep topside. And that is even enhanced through the fact that we're having the shrine at the bottom of the map this time. So potential rotations there are going to be even slower. Yeah, damage output again. Sylvanas gets a few more stacks together. 73 for her. Nothing crazy. But we didn't really see a whole lot of fights outside of the shrine fights themselves. Bolt of the Storm on 2 heroes now. And level 20 on the other side with the Earthen Shields. And Earthen Shields in particular is definitely a talent that could change the tides of the battle here. But let's see how that works out. Top lane, as we said before, gets pushed. And this is, again, a situation where you don't want to trade evenly with your opponent into the minions because of Alexstrasza, because of the Dragon Queen. And the top lane gets still pushed, so you have to make a move at some point. Hoplita just can't sit there. They know about that pressure, but they don't even have the stacks completed for Magi on Diablo, so that means that there's a chance that he's gonna get dropped quickly. No chance for him to come back. Thrall in trouble and drops the Earthen Shields. Then Mosh Pit comes in, gets interrupted. The keep at the top gets attacked. The Apocalypse down here on the other hand nearly forces a kill, and here's the Horrified double kill. They get the double, and that Dragon Queen just comes too late. Dragon Queen is too late, but the keep at the top still falls. And catapults are already on the core, starting to drop shields here. Can they get Thrall? And yes, they do. Thrall goes down. The quest on Gul'dan still not completed. And they get another kill. And that's another stack for Malthael. But at least the Punisher has currently been Hanzo with a quick connect and kill. And that core is losing hit points everywhere. Maiev has already moved back in an attempt to deal with this. But this situation is not looking pretty at all. This is game! 42 Esports takes the victory on the first map of the best of 3 series, and they win Infernal Shrines against Oplita Esports, the Mythic Championship. GG. Game on! 42 Esports is in the lead, ladies. They've taken the 1-0 against Oplita. And now we have Battlefield of Eternity, our second map here. Thunderbear on Johanna on the left. Happy Capt on Jaina. Dale on Imperius. Dainu on Hanzo. And the Dude on Tyrande. Is it suspicious that the Dude is only playing female characters? I mean, is he trying to tell us something here? Is this a secret message? I mean, we don't know. Rex on the right side for Oplita, played by Exelom. We're having Nano on Alarak this time. Bastinaz on Liming, Meiji on ETC, and Januxa on Anduin. Alright, so down to the bottom of the map, our 4-man. And yeah, let's get ready to rumble and for a little bit more action here, as we have a very brawly map, obviously, and a lot of stuns on the side of the blue team that would help Jaina to get the damage through, which is exactly what we're waiting for right now. So with this, we're having up at the top of the map our 1 versus 1 with Exelom and Dale going up against each other. At the bottom of the map, at this point, still the place for Anduin potentially. And I mean, since they have Rex at top side, Alarak can also try and get the stacks together here now. Ooh, Anduin, look at that. Renew on level 1. Alright, fair enough. Actually, I haven't really seen that on level 1 taken like ever. It's usually either the bold strategy or, well, the Ming. Ah, money pick. I like it. Nice. Alright. There comes the setup, and that could be a kill against Jaina. She nearly fell, and Tyrande pretty much denied that kill, but ETC falls. Not even Anduin can save the Mariachi band here, and Alarak dies as well. Quick double kill for 42 Esports. These bad boys are eager to win this with the 2-0, you can already tell. When they come in swinging with the two kills against the non, as we had them already with the victory in the last game. So far, so good for them. With that said, obviously it comes all down to the objective there at the end of the day. And when it comes to the Immortal race, I mean, again, you look over towards the blue team and they have a huge argument to be made there for them with Hanzo, with Tyrande, even Jaina on top of that. It's going to be a bit tricky for Oplita to burn down the Immortals, so they're most likely going to be looking for team fights instead. I'm going to try and make that play. Yeah, Nano down at the bottom of the map now, still waiting for a little bit of extra sadism. Honestly, this level 4 is going to be pretty important for him too. And I guess since they have him in the 4-man, that he is still going to make the play for negatively charged. We have seen players, or we have seen them deviate away from that quite a bit. There's a level 4 already on the opponent's side, and after we had Redemption on level 1, still the Serrated Arrow to get the extra value against the Immortals here. And both of the teams again with the camps. Top lane, Exelom. I kind of expect Hunter Gatherer to be taken, despite the fact that it's a 2-lane map. Would still be a talent where you should be able, especially if you go around the camps, to get your quest stacks together at some point. It's not really that difficult to stack it. But let's see if he deviates away from it. Nope, it's the Hunter Gatherer. And Li Ming with a charged blast here over domination. A little bit of Maka style that we currently have from him. Show of Force has also been taken, so no negatively charged for him. And it's time for the Immortals to spawn, as everybody else is starting to rotate topside to drop Exelom. The lunge doesn't connect, but he's still far out of position. They're trying to get the kill, and they are getting the kill. 3-0 kill count now. Yeah, Oplita having some trouble in the early stages of this game. And they cannot really afford to fall too far behind, for reasons mentioned earlier. If they lose here, then they're out. So now towards the bottom, we have at least some value through the ETC setup. And honestly, they do way more damage than I expected here from them. So we have pretty much an even count when it comes to the points taken from each Immortal. Now with Alarak back, they can still fight for this. There's half a level of an advantage. Ooh, they're actually racing this. Really? I would be shocked if the red team wins that one. That should be an absolutely no-brainer, and yep, it is. With Hanzo, Jaina, and Tyrande, the Hunter's Mark, I mean, you're going to win that pretty much every time. So with that, we now have the Immortal pushing towards the top lane, trying to get the value there. And that should be an easy push through at least the wall. I mean, the question of you getting the keep or not is always determined on whether or not you're able to get a kill there or push the opponent out. But a level 7 talent advantage granted through Imperius at the bot lane would help them to make that play. And if they can push the fight past the fort, then normally the Immortal is able to take that down. But there's no Sylvanas in this game, so you can't disable any structures. And therefore the Immortal takes the full brunt force of all of this. But there's the level 7 right now. And the Flash of Anger has been taken here, and they have an opportunity to push this in. Alarak gets stunned out, gets saved. ETC slides back, and the fort takes serious damage. Immortal gets taken out, but if they can't get the fort here, they will get it soon because it's incredibly low. And yeah, they're gonna drop this one, aren't they? Great first objective. Awesome first objective by them. I mean, this is pretty much what you want to go for. Get the objective down as quickly as you can. So really nice move that we've seen from 42 Esports here. And they're looking great in this game. By the way, we have Ether Walk taken on level 1. You sometimes see that on this map because globes are a little bit more rare around the objective fights in the middle. So Blizzard finally in a position where they're saying like, yep, our job is done. Li Ming then again still down here. There she gets dropped. Take the camp at least. But they want more kills and they have a chance of getting a few more. But ETC survives. Especially with Alarak dropping the telekinesis here in the fight to push them back. That helped out too. It's obviously now an attempt to go down for the bottom of the map and get the second Khazra camp. But they are solidly ahead, nearly a level at this point. And yeah, doing well with this. Daryl at the bot lane is getting some assistance as we have Hanzo moving in. And he gets the completion also on the quest. But that's a... No way! They actually save Hanzo and Li Ming. Oh my god! Hanzo survives and Li Ming doesn't. I mean, don't get me wrong, I hate a mage as much as the next guy, and yep, take those guys down any day, but that must be so frustrating. Hanzo nearly goes down after he gets the quest completed against Misha, and then Li Ming falls. 5 kills against 0 now. Full level advantage. Guys, Hoplita Esports, they do not have a good day here. I mean, they honestly don't. Right now, we have the focus onto the Immortal as they're burning it down. Level 10 isn't ready yet for 42 Esports, but of course, they take a massive lead now on the halftime show. They go for the camp as well, and it is a tricky spot to be in for the red team. They're aggressively playing around this right now. I think they want to try and force a fight before level 10 is there and see if they can maybe get a kill, but I highly doubt that 42 is going to give them an opening. Well, the fight is still starting. Level 10 isn't there yet, so I'm not quite sure about this one. There's the stun on the other hand, and ETC is down, taken down by the Immortal. Guys, they're getting... Oh, holy shit. The arrow kills Rex. Alarak dies too. 8 kills against 0. 10.5 against level 9. 42 Esports is absolutely murdering their opponent right now. I mean, seriously, this is an unmitigated disaster for Hoplita. They're losing everything here. They're in a world of pain, and this one is obviously now going to be taken too. So we're talking about an Immortal with nearly full shields, about a camp taken at the bot lane. The push is going to go through the bottom of the map, and they're going to try and push not only through the fort, but at this point you want more. You want way more. Question for me is simply, can Rexa get them 10? And I think that's going to be the case, but yeah, they're pushing with 5 men now through the bottom of the map. And heroic abilities are soon going to be up again. It's like all they can do. Hoplita needs big wins right now. They need their level 10 and they need to win some fights. They haven't gotten a single kill yet. Not a single kill. And here comes again the aggression, and Alarak is down. Level 10 was in, and even the ult on Anduin couldn't save them. The fort is gonna fall. Alarak is dead. 9 kills against 0. And congratulations, but you are just now in an absolutely atrocious position where you have to try and defend your keep. The fort wasn't even a question anymore. And yeah, there comes the push, and it's a big one. Heroic abilities are there. Alarak is back to business, but can they really hold on to the keep? This is looking like a quick game, honestly. This is looking like a quick 2-0. But maybe a turnaround attempt. Oh, Hanzo down. That's the first kill. That's exactly what they needed. And in comes the mosh pit. That's a chance for them. Johanna walks in. She goes down too. They get the double kill. They get the double kill, and they go for the defense against the Immortal, and they hold the keep. They're still far behind, but at least there's a sign of life and a little bit of fight left in Oplita Esports. Get the kills there, so that really helps them. Now we're having still 2 forts down, the keep nearly destroyed. Still a level behind, more than a level actually, but they have a bit of momentum for themselves. They have a bit of momentum, at least for now, and let's see what they can do with that. Li Ming actually, interestingly enough, the one that moves up to the top. So Bastinazo is currently trying to push this out, where I honestly expected Rexa to again make the rotation. But they took the camp at the bottom of the map. 13 talents are ready for 42. So now Oplita in a position where they are going to try and get those before the next objective spawns. Yeah, big rotation coming. ETC already interrupting, pushing that out. Okay, Condemn comes in too late. All gets dodged as well. And they're still okay. They're still in an okay spot. They have to obviously guard the bot lane so that there's not a quick rotation in to take the keep down. But as long as the top lane experience is still gained, they should be able to get their level 13 in time for the next objective, which is half the battle at this point. So they are still in a tricky spot, but here's exactly that pressure that I was worried about earlier. They make the play for the keep now. And they need more than only 3 heroes down at the bottom of the map to defend against this. So this is what they're currently trying to do here. And everybody else is rotating down. The objective spawns in another 17. They need to push the lane out, which is what they do. And when they take the next wave and their own camp, they should have 13. And that's going to be important. That camp is going to come back in a minute, so it doesn't really help them right now. But this one's about to be taken. They still should deal with that wave at the bottom. Halftime show, they're going to give that up. But they're going to get the 13. So they get the camp. Halftime show is already taken because of the 13 advantage. They didn't want to take the fight. Now we have the battle about to be forced. This is one that you... I mean, I don't want to say you have to win it, but it would really help if you could make a little bit of a dent into the defense of your opponent right now. With even talents, you at least have a fighting chance. It's 13 versus 13, and they go for a defense already. The bot lane got pushed out, as we said earlier. Now the defense up here at the top against the Shaman camp. They're rotating over with a Li Ming to get some damage in. So far, she's the only one. And, I mean, that works. ETC is pushing this out far, gets stunned out. Lots of damage on him. And Anduin with a big save. And on the other hand, the damage against Johanna, but the Immortal is also under pressure as more and more shots are coming in from the backline, especially Hans on Tyrande, of course, working on that. They're still trying to get a kill here. Jaina was a little bit far out, but they couldn't capitalize on it. We're still having Alarak sitting in the position too, waiting for an opportunity for someone to overstep so that they can get the kill. 9 kills against 2. The only kill was the double kill earlier. There they make the play. Imperius gets wrecked. Absolutely wrecked in that fight. Oplita fighting back here, looking for another kill, and they get it! They get Hanzo again! The double kill! They are definitely back to business here. They're still far behind, and they have to worry about that top lane too as this entire wave pushes in. But now we have more aggression against the opponent's Immortal. They're still obviously pulled from 42, but damn, all of a sudden it looks like there's a bit of fight left in them after all. They're clawing their way back into the game here. Attacks keep coming. Top lane is now getting value against the gates. But we're still having the Immortal slowly and steadily shifting over in favor of Oplita. The defense is there. 5 versus 5 back up on the map. Happy Cap comes in. Arrow comes through. Hits ETC. They're trying to go for the play. Yeah, Wally the Water Elemental is in action. And that's the end of Alarak. Alarak down. And again, Anduin with the attempt at a save here. Uses his ult too, and they're still losing out on the Immortal. 10 kills against 4. But they at least reduced the shields quite significantly. They reduced the shields by quite a bit. And the Immortal is obviously moving up to the top lane now. So with that, they will try and stand a defense there. Alarak should actually be back for this as well. 10 seconds until he's back to business. We're only 13 minutes into the game. But look at the experience. 16 is so close now. 16 is actually super close at this point, and that would be another talent that they can use in the fight. And obviously right now Hoplita needs another big win. If they're gonna get a mosh pit, maybe. There's already a hero sitting at the side. They're going for Jaina just disappears. Jaina was there and then she wasn't. She's down. Fountain is still up for most of them, but now the Immortal gets attacked too as the keep is already starting to drop here. They're making their play and the mosh pit is there and this one hurts. Good damage. ETC is alive for a little bit longer as we're seeing Misha starting to come through with another quick stun, but the keep is down. Keep eliminated. 16 is ready. And the Numbing Blast in play for Jaina now. I mean, she's obviously down. She was the first victim. But they're losing more and more ground on the map. I gotta give it to Hoplita. They're starting to fight back a little bit more. And they're definitely showing that they still know how to kill heroes. But there's just losing more and more ground on the map itself. Now I feel once they have 16, that's probably the best phase for them, or the best period in the game for them, since it's going to take quite some time for 42 esports to get level 20. But I don't know why they would force a fight right now, since they don't have level 16 yet. Liming with 29,000 damage isn't too bad either, but you look over to the opponent and we have 35 on Hanzo, 33,000 on Jaina, and actually another 20,000 on Imperius himself. Yeah, there's the 16 as they defend the bot lane. One keep, as I said, is already down. But now we're also seeing the Mirror Ball. We're having also the Showstopper. And Feign Death of Rexa, the worst actor in the entire universe. There's a quest completion too. Hunter-Gatherer definitely is going to help him. But they need to win fights now. They need to win a couple of fights. Okay, that lunge didn't do too well against Misha, but the dog, the bear, still goes down. But they want to go for keep number 2. Honestly, if you lose the second keep as well, you have so much pressure against you, it's nearly impossible for you to ever recover from this. Very few teams have ever managed to do that in Heroes. But there's still an opportunity for a fight, and with heroic abilities back up, with the exception of ETC, they might have a chance there. And they go for Jaina again. ETC goes down though. ETC eliminated, and yeah, the shit is really hitting the fan right now for Hoplita. They lost ETC, they're likely to lose the keep now. In comes Imperius, jumps in deep, there's the stun, and Anduin is dead. And so is that keep. And with the back to the wall right now, and they are just losing everything here. 12 kills against 5, a massive lead for 42 esports. And honestly, at this point, this is pretty much the end of it. I mean, right now, how do you get back into this? You need both of the heroes to be back before you can take a fight. Your opponent is already on the objective. It's going to take an easy halftime show here. And to be frank, they should be able to win that Immortal with nearly 100% shields right now. ETC is at least back to business, and Anduin is coming back soon. But things are honestly rough. I mean, there's a bit of defense that they're setting up. I don't even know why they're going for the camp. I honestly don't understand it. I really feel they should have capitalized on the fact that Anduin wasn't back to business yet. So Hoplita is setting up another defense, and this has to be a little bit of a Hail Mary move. I mean, we're already talking about catapults pushing at the top lane towards the keep. You have lost everything. The fortress. The core. There's the attack. Anduin with a save. They're coming in. ETC with a slide. And they go again for Jaina. Oh, both down. Jaina and Johanna. Both of the blondies are dead. And I'm not talking Anduin here. And with that, they might even get a third kill. Yes, Imperius is dead too. What the hell? They were pretty much dead in the waters, and they get a triple kill against their opponent. They were pretty much dead. And then the triple kill comes in, and all of a sudden we're at least having a fighting chance for Hoplita when it comes to that Immortal. But yep, they're starting to go for that right now. And down at the bottom of the map, there comes the attack. Honestly, 42 esports, I think they made a couple of mistakes here. They should have not gone for their camp. That was the first one, because they could have burned down the Immortal even quicker when Anduin wasn't there yet. And then second of all, when your opponent defends and you have both of the keeps eliminated, why fight anyways? Just stall it out. Stall until the catapults are on the core, and then Hoplita has to make a move to either defend the core or lose the Immortal. So going into that fight, there's no benefit to it. You don't have to take that battle. Let your opponent defend, it doesn't matter. Just wait for the catapults to push through to the core and take it from there. But as it stands, Hoplita gets a 50% shielded Immortal and is now starting to pressure this a little bit. But they haven't taken down a single fort yet. They haven't even eliminated the gate or the towers yet. I mean, that makes things even worse. But here comes a good combo from Alarak, who's sitting at 140 Sadism, by the way. Boars incoming. Even experience right now. Bot lane still a concern for Hoplita at least. But obviously the Immortal at this point in time is just simply going straight through that fort. Immortals this late in the game, they are murdering. Once we're crossing the 20-minute marks, they're going to become even worse, but we're talking 20 soon. Okay, there comes the attack again. Oh, Hans! Unbelievable. Hanzo goes down, and the big ult from Anduin. Oh, they kill the resets, and they nearly get Imperius too. They're gonna go for the keep, aren't they? Core the bot lane is getting attacked. 20s in their hands. Holy shit, what's happening here? Hoplita is taking the keep and is going towards the core. It's a 5 versus 3, and they have 20. You gotta be kidding me. They're still behind in kills. And there's Jane and Imperius down. Only Tyrande is alive. Hoplita Esports is winning the game and forcing game 3 after losing both their keeps. And 42 Esports just lost Battlefield of Eternity. Unfucking-believable. GG and well played as Hoplita takes the win and forces the final map. Game number 3. Can't believe that we're actually here, but 42 Esports is playing the game of throws, and as it turns out, they're pretty good at it. We have them to the left side of our third map now on Tomb of the Spider Queen with Thunder Bear on Garrosh. Happy Cap to realize you looked at the other team's play on Battlefield and it's like, hey, this Alaric guy seems to be pretty cool, let's try him out. Dino on Junkrat, Dale on Rexa, and the dude on Anduin. And over to the right side of the map, we have Hoplita with Exelom and Zeratul, Bastinaz on Thrall, Genuxa on Tyrande, Meji on ETC, and we have Nano on Hanzo. Alrighty, time to shine. I am still baffled by the fact that we are in game 3 in the first place, seriously. 2 keeps down, insanely added in kills, and then they take a fight that they should just never have taken. Should have just waited for the catapults to push on the core. I guess they thought they couldn't lose the game any longer. But now they're sitting here, and let's see if they can win it on the third map, or if Hoplita Esports is just shutting them down right now. If you just won a game like this, you're obviously sitting in a spot where you're just thinking like, holy cow, now we're probably unbeatable. We can win anything. We are the new Team Russia. We are the new Comeback Kings. And they just have to prove it in the series itself. And they're going to try and make that play. So yeah, let's see. For now, what do we have? We have Echo of Elements taken on level 1. Good choice there. Again, for the map, makes a lot of sense. Rexa at the bot lane for the team in blue. And I mean, right now, when it comes to wave clear, there's definitely quite a bit available on both sides. We're currently looking at still Alarak trying to get stacks together too. But yeah, at this point, it's going to be kind of interesting to see which team is going to start to get the lead here, especially with the objective, trying to get a little bit more of turn and control here. And, I mean, ideally get a bit of a snowball going for themselves. Obviously, it's also a question if 42 Esports is able to turn that around. Here's the fight at the bottom of the map. Oh my god! Nano jumping in to get the kill, but that's the end of Hanzo. Still worth it right there. Dale, on the other hand, is also about to fall. Rexa, ring around the Rosie, and dies too. Guys, it's a slaughter. Zeratul is missing, but despite the fact that he's not there, they're still winning the fight. And Hoplita Esports is looking really, really strong right now. Yep. Actually, the camp was still taken by their opponent, but they get the kills. 2 kills against 1, so that helped them. They're trying to get another one though, this time the blue team, and they're nearly getting it against Exelom. Not able to get that done. And with that, we're now having Rending Cleave, full cleave build here. Level 4 talents. Thrall, by the way, hasn't completed his level 1 yet. Still working on it, but also gets zoned out a bit by Junkrat at the bottom of the map. And with the level 4 talent, we have again the show of force. Again, these days, it's a little bit less likely to see the negatively charged on level 4. We still have it taken occasionally, but since Blizzard started to nerf it in the last patch with the extra damage reduced from 5 to 4%, we're seeing the show of force a lot more often. Stuns are coming through here, with now also the Hunter-Gatherer. Globe talents in general on this map are obviously insane. They're absolutely fantastic. This is one of the things where, yeah, you're going to have a lot of value from any globe calendar you can possibly get. Lanes are so close together that you have an easy time getting the globes, and this is exactly what's happening there. Again, as we're looking into the middle, we're having already Mejir getting pushed out, but they couldn't get the kill there. But they are still getting value through that camp. That's actually a really nice push right now for this early in the game. Yeah, they would have committed a few more heroes to it. I think they had a chance of getting even more. Alright, moving out already. Bot lane. Dale is already sitting there, still controlling it as much as he can, but the most of the action is really happening in the rotation between the middle and the top at this point. So yeah, with this, we're still waiting for level 7 talents. We're also waiting for the quest completer on Thrall to get his second stack with the Echo of Elements. Turn-ins. And both of the teams have been pretty active around that. We're having a potential turn-in for the red team. Blue team has now enough gems to also get a turn-in for themselves, and there's the completion for Thrall. But yeah, it's all about the attempt to now get the first Webweaver wave and see if you can build up some more momentum with this. ETC gets attacked there too. Down to the bottom of the map, the attempt to go for Thrall, and that... Whoa, I messed that up a little bit. Yeah, I think that could have been a bit more pressure against Thrall here, but either way, he was definitely in quite some trouble there. Level 7 talents now give us the wormhole. And then another attempt for a turn here by both teams, and especially Exelon with 26 has to be careful, and just as I say it, he's about to get wrecked, but is able to get out as Tyrande keeps him alive. Misha goes down, but yeah, with 26 stacks, you need to be careful. Wormhole or no wormhole, I don't care, but if you're Zeratul, if you get stunned out just in the moment when you move in, you are in trouble and you might fall. That, on the other hand, is a fantastic setup against Junkrat, and no way. What? Now, okay, I was like, wait a second. Now they get all of the gems, but yeah, Junkrat dies. I mean, thank God. That looked for just a moment as if he would actually walk out of this one. And yep, in this case, we at least have the gems recovered. That's already worth a lot. But Junkrat survives, and the red Webweavers are the first ones to come through. Again. Honestly, Hoplita Esports has absolutely zero. The fact that they are in Game 3 is insane. The fact that they are here is crazy. They have no right to be here. None whatsoever. And now they're pushing it. They are the ones who all of a sudden get the advantage. We're currently looking straight at 3 kills against 1. They get the first red Webweaver wave. And now the question is simply how much damage can they do with that? Can they break through a fort? Can they actually pull that off? Thrall at the bot lane, I don't think he has any chance here against Rexa, but still at the top of the map. We're now having the towers going down, they had an experience. An attack against ETC. Garrosh not able to throw him in a little bit deeper. Could have maybe led to a kill here even. But now we're having Thrall sitting at the side. They want to try and make the play here. Alright, there's the attack, there's the wolf. They go for Garrosh, there's the slide, and the stun, and they push him out completely. But Anduin, again, with a save. They're trying to make a bit of a play for at least Junkrat, but they can't get him. The problem is that the fort still falls, and that's a massive lead right now for Hoplita, and that's also level 10 for them. Level 10 is going to be there for them super, super soon. So now with them getting their heroic abilities, they should also be able to get another turn-in. Obviously, they don't have enough gems yet, but they are going to control the map to an extent where they can deny the turn-in of 42 esports, or they should be able to deny it. And now, since they are about to get enough gems, this should be a second turn-in. This is the momentum that we're oftentimes talking about when we talk about this map. If you can build up that snowball, you're in a great spot. And there's the double turn-in attempt already. The dude with the interrupt, and he actually gets that through. But the last one to turn in is Thrall. And once that's completed, that's going to be another Webweaver wave. And they're getting it. abilities are there, and this is now the chance to drop more forts. And the more forts you drop, the more of these outer structures you take down. That means your opponent doesn't have any kind of safety. They don't have fountains anymore that they can use. There's already a push through the middle before the web weavers are even on the ground, but both teams are now on level 10. And that's really the most important part now. 42 esports, they have to start to gain something here. Now, as long as they hold on to their own gems, they are still in an okay spot. But if they start losing fights right now and lose gems, then they are in trouble. And a lot of that. Stun against Zeratul, that's at least doing something for them. Damage comes in still. Exilom needs to be cautious. Top lane gets pushed. Bot lane, that fort should be eliminated too. And they're going for the fight. They're going in immediately for Rexa. Once again, he's low already. And here comes the Void Prison. The follow-up arrow gets soaked up by Garrosh though. Indomitable being used. And Junkrat with a quick play here. In comes Thunder Bear with a taunt. And the kill against Zeratul. Zeratul is dead, and they go for more, and they get to Randa, don't they? Yes! Thunder Bear makes the play here with a quick throw. Now again, for them, the kills are important, and they can try and get a turn in, but they have to deal with the top lane first, and the bot lane. The fort at the bottom of the map has obviously been eliminated. They're trying to get the kill against Hanzo, and they nearly got it too. But now Alarak is in trouble, and he goes down. That's 10 gems eliminated right there that nobody grabs. And let's be honest here, the 2 kills that we've seen against the red team, they are definitely not bad. The problem is that they just turned in every single gem that they had. So despite the fact that we had 2 kills against the red team, they haven't lost any gems. Whereas that kill against Alarak took 10 away from the blue team. Now don't get me wrong, they still have more than enough gems to get a turn in right now. They can easily get a double turn in if they get the first web weaver wave. But they still need to be super careful, because right now they're holding on to a lot of gems that they can still lose in theory if they lose a fight here. Especially since we have 5 versus 5 back on the map. So right now, we're currently having a setup at which the top keep has already taken damage. And quite a bit of that too. We're seeing at the bottom of the map, Rex are still doing his thing here. In terms of damage output, we are looking at 17,000 for Alarak. And we have 24,000 for Hans on the other side. And I talked about Hunter Gatherer earlier, but Rexa is actually close to completing the talent, and that would really help them. So thanks to the death against Alarak, he didn't only lose his gems, he also lost his sadism stacks. That's another problem for him. 13, that's close. And yeah, they still want to get the turn in. 98 gems. Guys, if they lose a fight right now, these gems are their ticket back into the game. And I'm saying back into the game despite the fact that we're basically on even experience with the 2 teams, and that's pretty much because we have so much structural damage already dished out against 42 esports. And there's the 13s right now. With that, we're having also the Spirit Shield, and 13 will be ready any moment now for 42 esports as well. And they still look for the turn in. They have to. 1 stack away, front globe away from Dale getting his quest completed, and the extra armor for Misha. And there we have it. There's the 13s immediately. Blade of the High Lord already. Sadism. Wildfire Bear, a bit more damage at the front here, and the AoE form too. They're trying to get the turn in again. 107 gems right now. They pretty much have a triple turn in if they want it. There's the quest completed for Rexa. That is going to help Misha a lot. Wildfire Bear is going to get quite a bit of damage out there too. Zeratul sitting at the top, still hiding in the shadows. 4 kills against 3. It's tense. It's really tense. They need more than 1 turn in right now. The dude still checking pushes. Zeratul not attacking just yet. And up to the top we have Junkrat. Bastinazo is down sitting at the bottom, and it's a really, really slow approach right now. And making the play, Zeratul is sitting in the bush, gets caught out. Yeah, they find him. There's the interrupt attempt, and the dude, oh, he gets interrupted. Gets interrupted, and Alarak with a play attempt. Went for the ult, didn't get value. Short cooldown though. Still, the poke is there, Turn an attempt. Dale, 41 gems for him, he's trying for it, and he gets it. And ETC is in trouble. Gets thrown in, gets taunted, and goes down. Is he the only one though? There's already the Void Prison. Riptire still jumping around, gets taken down though. And the Web Weavers are going to be coming in, and ETC is still down for another 20 seconds. That's a good setup for 42 esports. They try to build that momentum right now. If they get turn in after turn in, they would be in a great spot here. How much damage can they do with this though? How much damage can they do right now? They're pushing through the top lane. They have still a couple of heroes in the middle. And Zeratul needs to also be careful because Misha is still around and he wants to dish out the damage. Junkrat is at the bottom of the map, clearing out one of the waves. And up at the top, the wall at least falls and they take the lead in experience. In comes the play. They're trying to make for Thrall, but they can't quite get him. Zeratul also rotated down, trying to deal with the Web Weaver here in the middle. Still a push up to the top. Junkrat in play. And they're not getting a whole lot. The defense is good. Hoplita is getting the defense solidly set up right now. And there's not a single fort eliminated. Not one. They only got a couple of the walls and towers. That's all that they got. Nothing else. That's not enough. 12 minutes into the game, that's honestly not enough. But they still have 130 gems. That's a double turn-in. ETC completes his quest too. And, well, we don't have a threat of a turn-in for Hoplita yet. They hold 44 gems, but they don't have enough to get another Web Weaver wave. Alright. Again, the push here. Down at the bottom of the map. Exelom gets found out. Takes it in time, though. And Dinu has 40 gems. Oh, ooh, yeah, that's a kill against Thrall. Thrall is down. He got the Earthquake through, but still. And with that, there's another chance. 16 versus 16. Cleave build completed now for Zeratul. Can they get another turn in? That's the question. They're working on that for sure. Enough focus is there. 138 gems for them. 138. 49 alone on Rexa, and he is going to be the first one to complete it. Alarak gets thrown forward, but can't get the completion. Junkrat is down. Junkrat down, but they're still able to get the gems, and now Zeratul is eliminated and also drops the Void Prison. And guys, that's 2 heroes down against 1, and they get the turn in there too. Blue Web Weavers are descending again, and that has to be the moment where they gain some momentum. If they don't do it now, then they are going to have a tough time coming back into this game. They're starting to use a lot of these gems to try and push these lanes back out. Top lane is definitely not going to give them a lot of value. Alarak is trying to at least make sure that he gets the gems there and push this out as much as he can. But the rest of the team has to find some values and structure now. And that's where we're seeing them push through the bot lane with Misha all the way up at the front. Still a lot of gems in their hands. Can't afford to lose any heroes here. Nice setup against ETC. Gets a bit of damage in. Alarak starting to rotate now. In comes ETC. No more spit for him. The dude on 43 and the defense is there again. Ooh, Hoplita Esports defending the bot lane, moving into the middle right now, trying to make sure that another 4 doesn't fall. Honestly, I feel this one is beyond being safe. It's so low already. But the top lane, that's where Zeratul is currently busy. Trying to drop not only Junkrat, but also the Web Weaver as much as they can. But at least this one is going to fall. And I mean, it has to. Come on, this is turn-in number 2 late in the game. So 1-4 down, top lane on the other hand. That's the way the attack is in. Oh, the Riptire kill. And that's Zeratul dead again and fort number 2 eliminated. Now we're talking. All of a sudden, 42 Esports get some value here. Lose the Web Weaver wave and ooh, they're going to make the play for the boss. They're not even trying to hide it. They're moving straight through the wall and they're saying, well, you don't have Zeratul. What the hell are you going to do? Want to have an answer to that? Nothing. Oh, well, are they or are they not going to try and go for it? 19 gems in their hands against 110. If you lose here, you lose the game. If 42 Esports gets wiped here and loses boss, it's over. That keep would fall within seconds. They would lose 110 gems, but they have still Zeratul dead. And that alone is making them go for the play here. And now they have a turn-in attempt. Boss plus camp. Oh my god, the kill against ETC. They're gonna get it. Yeah, ETC. Ooh, the staggered death. Guys, this could be it. 42 Esports all of a sudden has the momentum that they weren't able to get the entire game. But they held on to the gems. And that brought them back. And now we are even in experience. Not even. 42 Esports has taken the lead. They have the boss at the top lane. The blue Web Weavers are coming in. And ETC is down for another 30 seconds. That's the moment. That's when you can make your play. Right there. They definitely are going to get the keep. The only question is, are they going to get more? That's the big question right now. The boss is already burning through this and the Web Weavers are coming in. And they go for a kill against Zeratul and he survives. But he just barely gets out. And that keep has no chance of surviving at all. 140 sadism stacks now for Alarak. Good hits from Hansa as he's trying to get the damage in. And they're already moving in for the core. They're actually trying to push this. Are they actually trying to go for the core here? They're thinking about it. 68,000 damage from Hanzo. They're defending for now, but no, they're moving back. They're moving back, and ETC is back to business. Oh, the arrow! The VP's in! Mosh pit, are we gonna get it? They go for the damage, but there's the Aldrin ult, and they get the kills. Garrosh is dead, but they're gonna be counter kills. ETC is down. It's a trade in frontliners, and we still have a few web weavers pushing in. Level 20 is close. The mid lane is eating damage. The wall is gone. Honestly, this could be worse. If they would have pulled off the proper combo with a Void Prison into a Hanzo arrow and the damage afterwards with maybe even a Mosh Pit, they could have potentially wiped this. But as it stands, they want to go for another turn-in, and they have those gems. 61. They're lacking 4 for another turn-in. 4 and they have another turn-in. But then again, you look over to their opponent, and Hoplita has enough for a turn-in right now. But level 20 abilities are there. Level 20 is in, and that gives us the Desperate Prayer. All right. That's actually something that we don't see too often. Glyph of Faith is just such an amazing talent that very rarely do you see anything else picked on that talent here. And now we have another attempt at it. Oh my god, Hanzo! Gets out, or does he? I don't think he does. What? Hanzo alive, but Zeratul! Oh, the kill against Junkrat. Hanzo with the arrow, kill for a kill again, but both teams now with a turn-in potential. The first keep is down. What a game! That final map between the two teams here. We are looking at 10 kills against 7. The interrupt attempt, and they can't get it. Happy Capped is not going to fall here. That's also a big problem at the bottom of the map right now, boys. We are seeing the push through with the Siege Giants, and nobody has time to deal with it because both of the teams are looking for a turn-in. So that's another threat against one of the keeps in the game. There's the attack again as they're going for it. 159 sadism right now for Alarak. He is getting the damage out. Just look at those numbers. 46,000 for him. Same amount of damage, by the way, on Thrall. And we're seeing 84,000 for Hanzo. And there's the next turn-in. The blue team, again, how many is that now? 3 in a row? 3 in a row that they were able to get. And the question is, how much damage is this going to be? Right now, this could be game. But again, if they're losing a fight, for example, at the defense, and Hoplita Esports might be in a position where they get their own turn-in secured and push through the top lane all of a sudden. They are really vulnerable still. 42 Esports has an advantage now, but thanks to this keep already being opened up and being so low, if you wipe at any point, you can move through the top lane and potentially end the game there. And they know that too. But 42 Esports has a fantastic position now to go through this. They're definitely going to get that keep. I don't think there's any chance in the world that you're going to hold this. The only question is, can they get kills? And oh, they're going for ETC already. They're trying to get him quickly here. The Zeratul is now helping out. The Web Weaver, they're relying on the core to defend it at this point. And the Web Weaver is actually getting taken down. They're not pushing aggressively enough. Yep, and that keep actually holds. The keep holds. They're not going in full on. And instead, they're sitting at the bottom right now looking for an opportunity. But the Web Weaver is already getting poked to death. Yeah, they're poking it down. They should be able to defend this. Guys, they should be able to defend both of the Web Weavers. Both of the keeps are still in there. 42 Esports is not aggressive enough around this. Zeratul needs to get the hell out of there. Oh, they throw forward. No, Zeratul, he's gonna fall again. No VP, the mosh pit. No, the interrupt. But the kills. Rexa, Alarak, and Garrosh are all dead. They don't get the mosh pit, they don't get the VP, but they get the quad kill. And now the top lane is in trouble. You have the boss up on the map as well. You can't go through the top key. Boys, this is a disaster. Hoplita is doing the same thing again they did in the last game. They have 100,000 damage on Hanzo. Sadism is restacked. And 42 Esports, they should have won the series with a 2-0. Easy peasy. Hoplita forced game 3, and it looks like they're going to take the entire series. They take down the top, and they go for the core. And I cannot believe that this is actually happening. They are honestly winning this series. They go for the core. They're starting to burn it down. Hanzo is the only... Junkrat is the only survivor, but there's just no way. Can he defend this? The guys, they're getting low. They're getting low. Don't tell me they're defending that. Jaina, Tyrande is down. Tyrande is down. Junkrat. Junkrat! The arrow kills him! The core! No fucking way! No way! The core is on 16%! You gotta be fucking kidding me! 16% on the core! And they take him down! They can't end the game! Oh, Zeratul is trying to solo the core! Good luck with that! Exilom gets attacked now too. They're going for him, and that's a team wipe. They get the team wipe, and now they go for the boss. Why do they even bother? Just go across the map and take the game. I can't believe this is happening. 42 esports all of a sudden has an opportunity to take the game. With 16% on the core, they make the decision to go for the boss to move through. They don't go for the core here. They go for the boss instead. They're trying to win the game that way, and they should still be able to pull that off. It's 23 minutes into the game. That boss is gonna hurt like a truck. It's gonna go through that core like hot butter through cheese. This is nuts. They actually defended it. Junkrat and the core were able to save the game, and now the boss moves top lane. How do they play this? They can't backdoor. They can't backdoor. It's too late already. They need to win the fight. Thrall knows it too. They're trying to go for it, and they can't. The backdoor is just too far away. There's just no chance for it to happen. And in comes the attack. Mosh pit. The mosh pit is there. Boss is on the core. They go for Thrall. And Thrall is trying to get out here. But as long as the fight lasts, the boss is going to get the value. It's a 5 versus 5 and the core is starting to fall. The shields are already gone. And ETC, he survives, but Zeratul is dead. And the core is falling slowly and steadily. They're trying to burn the boss down. Still, ETC slides in. He doesn't have the mosh pit anymore. Void Prison was never used. They go for it. 30% on the core, and that should be game. It's game. 42 esports, they win it after all. They take the best of 3 and advance at the Mythic Championship against Khaldor esports. GG and well played.